Any man you give money to marry you will not value you in future, because if you force him to marry you, you will force him to love you. There is a saying that said, why should I buy the cow whereby the milk is free? Honestly, it pains me a lot when I hear about things people pass through in their marriages, especially we women. Often and often I ask myself the same question: what went wrong? In today's episode, I want to talk to you, my single ladies. I want us to reason together as your senior sister. Yes, I know there is no time. You want to marry, you want to get married, you want to be celebrated, you want to enjoy your family. May I assure you that you will do all. But we have to get things right. In today's episode, I want to share with you 6 things that single ladies do that affect their marriage in future. Have you ever wondered why is it that there are so many high divorce in the world? When you look down, when you look deep, you see the cause of the reason. So I want you to grab your pen, I want you to grab your paper, and let's discuss together. Number 1, never you ever give a man money to marry you. Hey. Often and often I have seen so many ladies that gave a man money to marry them. May I tell you that any man you give money to marry you will not value you in future. He will not respect you. He will not care for you. He will see you as a cheap article. It doesn't matter how desperate you are. In as much as you give a man money to pay your dowries to marry you, may I tell you, you are giving the man a license to insult you, to abandon you in future, and to see you as a cheap article. So I want you to maintain your dignity. If a man is serious to marry you, my dear, if a man sees value in you, if a man wants to spend his entire life with you, I must assure you that he will find a way to make money, to borrow money to marry you. But never you ever try to give a man money to marry you, because in future you will regret it. The outcome is too bitter. The outcome is heartbreak. Number 2, never you ever force yourself into a man's life. What I have understood in marriage is that marriage is an agreement between 2 people, not one person. Have you ever heard often and often when some people say, I am not interested, you are the one that pushing these things, you are the one. Let me make this clear for you. If you force yourself into a man's life to marry you, you will force him to love you. Because often and often he will be telling you, I am not into this. You are the one that's forcing me. I am not yet ready. He will be threatening you. Small thing, he will feel like, okay, let me go out. I am tired of this marriage. Because you are the one that forced yourself into it, you will keep forcing him to love you. That's why it's very important as a lady, never you ever force a man to marry you. Number 3, never you ever quit your job, your career, because you want to go into marriage. Many times I have seen so many ladies, too much chemistry push them, too much butterfly in the tummy, push them to quit their job, their career, because they want to go into marriage. Beloved sister, may I tell you, if you want to quit your job, first get married. Not because a man come across that will make you to quit your job or your career. When you get married, test the water. This will help you to know whether the man is able to carry you as he promised, or you have to have your own source of income. Just as I say in this video, honestly, I believe that before you go into marriage, have your own source of income. I encourage you to watch this video. It will also help you to know what to do and what not to do. Number 4, never you ever have premarital sex. I have seen some people, they feel like if I don't give this man myself, maybe he will not feel like I love him, or he will just go away and marry another person. There is a saying that said, why should I buy the cow whereby the milk is free? May I tell you today that why so many ladies are single is because they gave out the milk free. Any man that has sex with you before marriage will never ever respect you, because he will feel like you are a cheap person. He will feel that this is how you are giving it out to any other people. So never you ever give your milk out free because you want to hold a man, you want him to marry you. Before we continue, my YouTube friend, please don't forget to help us to grow our channel by like, subscribe, share in the comments your takeaway, and hit the notification button. This will help us and encourage us to bring more practical wisdom that will help you and help your life. Thank you so much for doing that. Number 5, never you ever assume something. Ask questions. Many times I see so many ladies that assume things without asking question. I assume this man is this. I assume this man is worthy. I assume this man that has no this thing. I assume this man have this. May I tell you, if you assume something and go into marriage, I bet you will be disappointed. It's very important during your dating. Get boldness, get courage, ask a powerful questions, but never you ever assume things, because the moment you assume things and go into marriage, may I give you 100% guarantee that you will be disappointed. Ask everything that needs to be asked. Last but not the least is, never you ever lower your standard, cut your boundaries because you want him to marry you. Many ladies I have heard about their stories. They lower their standard, they cut their values, they cut their boundaries because they don't want to lose the man. If you cut your values, your standard, because you don't want to lose a man, may I tell you, the man will not value that boundaries. The man will not value your standard, because if you, the owner of the boundaries, can lower it, what about him who doesn't care about your boundaries? So I want to encourage you, be your true self. A man who loves you will come for you. A man who cares for you will come for you. A man who wants to spend his entire life will come for you. Never lower your standard to get a man to marry you. Thank you so much, my YouTube friends. I hope this provides you with powerful information that will help you not to make mistake in your marriage. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, share in the comments your takeaway. This will encourage us and motivate us more. Shalom.